non-performing loans reaching about $1.2 billion as of April 2023. Good evening and welcome to Business Brief. My name is Michael Obodu. Before we bring you our top story, let's find out what other stories have been making the rounds in the world of business today.
Today in business, economist with the University of Ghana Business School, Professor Lord Mensah, has described the Ghanaian economy as depressed. This follows latest findings by some investment firms, ranking Ghana as the leading African country with the highest interest rates among some top 11 African countries, overtaking Egypt by about 1 percentage point. Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta says the redevelopment of the Ghana Trade Fair Company will help the country consolidate its position as an economic giant in the sub-region. The redeveloped trade fair, when completed, is taped to house the African Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat, African Data Center, retail shops, hotels and amusement parks. The rate of price growth in the U.S. dropped to its slowest pace in more than 2 years last month, helped by cheaper used cars. Inflation rose 3% in the year to June, according to data from 4% in May. Inflation has fallen sharply from a peak of more than 9% in June 2022, and the latest reading marks the slowest pace since March 2021. The figures suggest a succession of interest rate rises have punctured soaring prices.
Well, thank you for staying with us, and let's bring you our first story now, as the Bank of Ghana has raised concerns over the high level of non-performing loans in the country, with total non-performing loans reaching about $1.2 billion as of April 2023. Head of Banking Supervision at the Central Bank, Osei JC, emphasized the need for financial institutions to take proactive measures to improve the situation. He spoke at the 13th Annual General Meeting of the Ghana Association of Savings and Loans Companies.
The Bank of Ghana has observed with concern some increases in non-performing loans, NPLs, and increases in funding costs, which may sooner than later threaten the safety and stability of the subsector. It is imperative that prompt corrective actions are put in place to curb the rising trends in NPLs and also to diversify funding sources to enhance profitability and foster customer confidence. Mr. Chairman, despite the challenges faced by the SNL subsector, it is expected that regulatory reliefs coupled with strict regulations and supervision will help maintain stability over the short term. In addition, huge opportunities exist in the economy for SNLs to take advantage of amidst the challenges.
Now, the general prices of goods and services have increased by 0.3% to 42.5% for the month of June compared to 42.2% in May. Between May and June, prices of goods and services also went up by 3.2%. Government statistician Professor Kobna Enim said imported items continue to dominate in the rate of inflation compared to locally produced items. Here are highlights of the data.
Food inflation for the month of June 2023 stood at 54.2% relative to non-food inflation 53.4%. This signifies about a more than 20 percentage point difference between food and non-food inflation for the month of June 2023. We keep on recording a widening of the gap between food and non-food inflation in the last 3 months. Items that recorded national rates higher than 3.2% included personal care, social protection, and miscellaneous goods and services that recorded a rate of 5.1%, food and non-alcoholic beverages 3.9%, and recreation, sports, and culture that recorded 4.0%. All these rates, all these divisions recorded rates higher than the national figure of 3.2% for the month of June 2023. Overall rate of inflation perspective, we identified the Western North region recording the highest rate of inflation of 61.8 for the month of June 2023. This was closely followed by the Northeast region recording the second highest rate of 58.7%. The regions that recorded the lowest rate of inflation were Greater Accra region and the Ashanti region, with Greater Accra region recording the lowest rate of inflation of 30% and Ashanti region 33.3%.
Now, economist with the University of Ghana Business School, Professor Lord Mensah, has described the Ghanaian economy as depressed. This follows latest findings by some investment firms ranking Ghana as the leading African country with the highest interest rates among some top 11 African countries, overtaking Egypt by about 1 percentage point.
Yeah, it's not surprising. It's a sign of economic, depression, a situation where your interest rate keeps on going up and inflation also going up. And they are highly correlated. These are two variables that if one is going up, the other tends to catch up with the other. So obviously, it's a signal that the Ghanaian economy is in depression. And until government shows a signal of reducing its demand for funds on the market, there's no way our interest rate is going to, come down.
Let's now find out how major trading commodities are faring on the international market. The price of cocoa is up by 0.72%, is trading for $3,356 per ton. The price of gold is also up by 1.17%, trading just about $1,954 per ounce. The price of crude oil also is up, trading at $80 per barrel. It's gone up by about 0.77%. From the commodities market, we move now to the currency market to find out how major trading currencies are faring. Well, that will be all for Business Brief here on TV3. For more business stories, please visit our website, 3news.com. My name is Michael Obodu. Thank you for watching. As always, please stay safe.
Important thing when it comes to cleaning your mouth is flossing in between your teeth, okay? Because flossing is brushing the surfaces that your toothbrush cannot reach. Like I said, the toothbrush does the outsides, the tops, and the insides. But then your toothbrush cannot go in between your teeth and then clean inside, and that is why there is the floss. Now, for your age,